Hey viewers, and welcome to another daily quote. This quote is called "Thoughts are not scary." So, my personal history with thoughts shapes several years, my whole life basically. Throughout my life, I've always been scared of something. And a lot of times, it doesn't have to be something in the outside world, but something internally, something in my head, which are my thoughts. Thoughts are just ideas, pictures, images, words, all these things in our head. But a lot of times we like to avoid the things that are painful, that are scary, that are triggering, that are angry, that are traumatic. And so throughout my years of life, there's always been moments where I've been scared of something. And this ranges in different topics. It really just depends on how my body responds to it, which is kind of weird because with thoughts, when you're afraid of something, it always changes. Like for me, one moment it could be about my health, then it changed about what if something bad happens, failure, all these different topics, natural disasters, something stupid, usually something unreasonable, or some action I take. But a lot of times I feel afraid, and I can notice my body responding to that thought, and I can feel it in my whole body, whether that be my temperature changes in my body, my heart pounds, my head flushes, all the blood rushes to my face, the breathing, everything. You can notice your physiology responds to this. But you have to realize this, like I said before, this is all BS. This isn't real. All the things that happen in your imagination are imagination. It's just imagination. It's like if we were to think about something that doesn't trigger us, if we were to think about, oh, what's gonna, like let's think about, you imagine something in your brain, you can imagine anything you want, you daydream, you experience things. It's the fact that when we see this, we're like, oh, I don't like that, I'm scared, and then so we kind of divide stuff that's like, oh, that's fine, and then we're like, oh no. But the thing is that we have to let thoughts just be. We gotta let them flow, and that is hard because we've conditioned ourselves to respond to thoughts as scary, as we're afraid, we're there are a lot of different emotions. It doesn't have to be fear, it could be anger, it could be lust, it could be anything, you get sad. But the thing is, we can't attach ourselves to thoughts because thoughts always change. We can't attach ourselves to something that's always going to change in any part of time. So that's why we have to stay grounded, and we cannot fear them. We have to tell ourselves we are not afraid. We know the tricks. We know what's going on here. And the funny thing is that we still believe it every time that happens. It doesn't matter how many times you get the same thought. You realize, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. But then you realize, wait a minute, this thing's been happening for years. It's the same exact thought. Why doesn't it get tiring? And so we have to tell ourselves we are not scared. We are not going to let this dumb stuff get to ourselves. We're not going to be slaves to our emotions anymore. So that is what I want to tell you guys today. That thoughts are not scary. They're just ideas. They're just images. It's just fiction. It's only fiction. It only becomes scary when we put energy into it, when we put significance into it. So we have to detach ourselves, and we have to keep moving forward no matter what. We have to stick onto the road that we want to go to and not be afraid. So that's the quote for today.